got it.
There it is. All right. We're here. This is the second edition of Secret Smoke. And the first one, dare I say, was pretty successful. I think it did exactly what I thought it was, or at least what it was intended to do. And certainly gave the opportunity for one very, very smart person. Did I tell you how the last, I think the person's name was George. You already received the shipment of the 5 cigars that came as the winner. Did I tell you how he got yours? Was so fucking, it was so easy. Like, I don't even know how to describe. Like, your hints were ones in which if you were a 5-year-old kid and you'd never smoked a cigar, you would have still figured it out.
No, they won't. And I'll tell you why, because they can't type in Google yet.
No, they can. 5-year-olds are
No,
smart as shit. Yeah, so yours was easy, but mine was difficult, and people were certainly challenged by the hints, right? In terms of trying to figure out what cigar it is I smoked. And the person who won made a connection, the reason I said, and this is tough to do. I talked about this cigar in a previous episode, and I remember how I described it because I took the notes. Well, I took a hint from the notes that was also embedded in a previous episode, which I thought was nearly going to be impossible. And the person who guessed it was like, I remember you saying it tasted like this particular thing in a previous episode. And I was like, holy shit, they figured it out. And they did get it right. They got it right. So congratulations to, I believe his name is George, the first winner that we had of the Secret Smoke giveaway contest, whatever you want to call it. So this is our second iteration. This is the second one that we're going to be doing. And I'm just going to go over a little bit of the ground rules first. So each Chris and I will come with our own cigars, of which are going to be unknown to the audience as we go through them. Unknown to both of us, really, if you think about it. I don't know what you smoked. You don't know what I smoked. But we're going to allow the audience to guess. The info that's going to be given is the blend. So we'll do wrapper, binder, filler, the vitola, price, and then there's 2 hints that we will give you that may be interrelated to the brand name, may be interrelated to the cigar name, may have some weird association or even disconnection to both those things all combined together. But there will be 2 hints given to give you guys an opportunity to guess which cigars we smoked. If you guess both of them right, what you'll do is you'll enter your guesses in on YouTube in the YouTube comment section of the video. So you can listen to this on any podcast platform, but just make sure that you just jump on over to our YouTube page and then comment on YouTube what you think the 2 cigars that we smoked. You have to give both the brand name and the cigar itself. Each person gets 1 guess a day, and this will run for the entire week. So Friday at 11:59 p.m., all guesses are shut off, and I'll announce the winner over the weekend. So again, 1 guess per day. You have to guess both cigars correctly, and I will announce it at the end of the week. Even if you guess it right early on, I'm not going to say anything to you. So if you don't, you may have it right, you may not have it right, but we're going to keep it going to allow everybody an opportunity to guess. And then at the end of the week, again, we'll announce the winner. Chris, are you ready to get into this one?
Sure. And just thank you for having me back on the show, bro. This is fun. It's fun we get to do it again. It's fun we get to do this to get together again.
Do you think it would be strange that you wouldn't be back on?
Yeah, it would be strange.
Yeah, I think it'd be strange for everybody if I did this solo. I think it would be weird for everyone.
Probably.
Yeah. So there we go. Chris, do you want to start off or do you want me to start off?
I'm coming with a bag full of dog shit for this audience this time. So if you would start, because I really want to fuck with this audience this time.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Here I'm going to give you guys the components of the cigar. I'll give you thoughts and feelings of what I thought about the cigar. You may be able to make a connection in between my thoughts and feelings about what I smoked. I'm going to articulate as best I can my experience overall. And then we'll turn it over to Chris. So first things first, let's get into the components of the cigar. So the components of this cigar, and this is a kind of a squirrely one, and I think this is actually going to probably make it a little bit easier. It is a Brazilian wrapper. It's an Ecuadorian binder, and it's a Nicaraguan filler combination. I smoked it in a Robusto. It's a 5.5 by 52. Comes in at the $10 price point. So here, I'm going to go over at least, I've smoked the cigar numerous amounts of times. I'm going to go over to you just my thoughts and feelings on the cigar overall, maybe make some connection for everybody. First and foremost, this cigar that I smoked is absolutely phenomenally made, as is the other cigars that I've always seen from this particular brand. So I'm not shocked that I saw something that was absolutely, I would say, made in a very stellar way. I will say it had one of the nicest triple caps I've literally ever seen on a cigar. And you know my OCD, when I see stuff like that and I see it later. You ever see, you know, those shows where they do like cake competitions? You know, it's like build a cake and they do them all like fucking crazy. You know, it's like all tiered and like, you know what I mean? Like I like a cake very symmetrical. Like all the lines have to meet, all the circumferences have to meet. Like everything has to be super symmetrical. I hate the people on those competitions who always make cakes that look like dog shit. Where like one's like, you know, part of it's lopsided, or there's a little too much icing on this side, or the fondant on this, it just looks bad. I need things to be symmetrical.
Yeah, we're doing U.S. presidents. I'm doing George Washington, and it just looks like Frank from Frank and Morty. It's like, it doesn't look anything like George Washington.
Yeah. So anyway, super smooth. It's actually here. Okay, here's the weird thing: a smooth cigar, but it had a little bit of fuzz. You know, like the peaches of a 10-year-old boy. You know, I mean, that's really what the wrapper feel was like. Mm-hmm. But overall, beautifully constructed. This is more of a light medium brown color. Smoking experience on this, as I've already said, the best part of or at least one of the best parts that I love about this particular cigar is how beautifully made it was. And a cigar that, you know, is just in quality production is typically going to smoke great. And this one is exactly that. Great smoke production, incredibly consistent overall. Now, here's some flavor components of this cigar, going back to, if you think about the components of the actual cigar itself, right? The binder, the wrapper, and the filler. So it's very peppery, but it also has some of that like bold cocoa bitterness, a little bit of that baking spice that you get oftentimes, and like sometimes you're smoking like a Honduran tobacco, even though there's no Honduran in here, and it's very creamy. What I liked about this cigar is that those predominant flavors all kind of melded together and cycled through one another continually throughout the cigar. So there wasn't like, you know, so much of a presence of something else. Like, okay, you can smoke those 4 things and characteristically you can like think about them. Okay, here's what I continually get. Oh, and then there's a transition to like this crazy like wood or earthy or whatever. And then the cigar transitions again, leaving those flavor combinations behind. It was literally those flavors. Just, you know what it was like? It was like, it was almost like those flavors were running a relay, but they just didn't stop.
Yeah.
Like one handed off to the other, and then the other another, then they circle back around and they did it all over again. So really, really awesome flavor combination. To me, I fucking loved everything about the flavors overall. What I will say is that in this particular cigar, I'm trying to make sure that I don't create too much of an association to the brand itself. So I got to be careful about what I say. And what has been created by this manufacturer is something that I've really liked for a long period of time, but they're not the most well-known ever. I guess that is not one of my hints, but kind of a hint. This flavor combination, especially with that Brazilian tobacco, just fucking hit for me. I thought it was absolutely fucking delicious. I'm not going to give an associated score to this in terms of what I think about it, but I do highly recommend this particular cigar. And once you guys find out what it is, I'm hoping everybody goes out and buys it because I think it's absolutely fucking phenomenal. Let me give you my 2 hints. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hint number 1. Hint number 1 for this particular cigar is an object used in an event that originated in the early 1900s and also originated in Dayton, Ohio. Hint number 1. Hint number 2 is one word. Maverick. Hint number 2, Maverick. Hint number 1, I'll go back to it. An object used in an event that originated in the early 1900s and also originated in Dayton, Ohio. There you go.
Didn't dildos come from Dayton?
Dildos did come from Dayton, but I certainly did not smoke a dildo.
Or what about those pop can tabs?
Those probably did. We were a very industrial city.
Does that have to do with the paper mill?
We're the first ones to make a cash register. There you go.
I don't have a fucking clue. You know, the blend had me intrigued. Because I feel like
I feel like the blend is the better hint.
It's probably the better hint, because if it's like a Brazilian Matafita, it's like
who uses it, right?
Yeah,
it's
like
pretty selective.
so like how common is Brazilian as a wrapper? So that could be at least narrowed down the search for many folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would probably
it's quite honestly why I made the hints as hard as I did. If it was a Nicaraguan Puro, I would have probably made it a little easier.
Yeah.
But there you go.
That's true. Yeah, everybody, for you 5-year-olds who know how to use Google, apparently, just use Google and look up Dayton dildos and associations with cigars. You should probably be able to figure this out.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh. That's a very interesting one. That's a very interesting.
Here's what I know. Here's what I know, Chris.
Yeah.
You will never guess it.
I don't think I've had it.
I know for a fact you have not.
I don't think I've had it.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm really curious about yours. I wonder if I know what it is already.
No
Actually, once you go
way.
through like one thing, I probably know.
You think?
I don't know. I feel like I know a lot.
I think
maybe I won't.
I think the size might give it away,
Okay.
but the hint won't.
Okay.
And that seems counter, right? You want hints to at least give you clues. Well, I'm giving you clues, you little dumbass birdies. You call me dumb for giving you easy clues. Well, this time it ain't gonna be so fucking easy, people. So, my cigar, all right? Let's go over the blend. Is a Nicaraguan broadleaf wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and Nicaraguan filler. Okay? It's Nicaraguan Puro, basically. I had it in a 7x50. Okay. You got that? 7x50.
7x50.
Now, let's go over the flavor. Flavor's telling. Maybe there's some clues in the flavor. Ooh. Did I trick you? You believe in me? Or am I throwing you off the trail? Maybe the flavor has nothing to do with the name of it. Maybe it does. But maybe it doesn't. But it does. So, the blend of flavors that you get with this cigar is quite similar to yours. I think you kind of talked about the relay race, right? Well, with this cigar, the beginning third, because everybody wants to use thirds, and we made fun of this recently. The first third of the cigar melts your face with peppery spice. In fact, I would even recommend that you go into this particular cigar with a full warm belly. Maybe some heavy, greasy, bready foods. All right? So the beginning of the cigar starts off quite peppery and spicy with lots of notes of woodiness. But as you get through about the middle of the cigar, it actually kind of mellows out into kind of a, I don't know how to put it, as others may say, but maybe a cacao, maybe a dark chocolatey. It's a very sweet, very distinct flavor, and that's really smooth in the middle. But don't let that fool you. This dark chocolate might as well still have that habanero laced throughout it, because it still stays a spicy cigar. Maybe not as bad in the beginning. The beginning is like eating a raw Carolina Reaper, people. When the middle kind of subsides, the chocolate helps kind of balance it out a little bit. And then it ends with some nice sharp bitterness, and the spice still lingers. Now, people, the other folks that I have talked to that have smoked this, not some of them weren't lucky. Some of them weren't lucky. Maybe this is a hint. Maybe it isn't. But maybe it is. It has made some people sick. Nicotine overload. One and done for the night type of cigar. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now.
Okay.
All right, you fuckers. You ready for your hint? And I really hope you use your resources. And if you're a 5th grader or a 5-year-old and you figure this one out, God damn it, you might as well be Einstein. Maybe
Chris,
that's a
Can
hint.
I ask you a question again?
Sure.
Was this a Nicaraguan Puro?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part, yeah. But it's got a seed from Connecticut, I believe. All right, you little fuckers. You ready for your hint? It's going to be a doozy this week. I hope you use all your resources and tools. I hope you all get around in a boardroom and figure this out and hash this out. Okay? Here's your hint. Okay. Now, many of you probably at that point. Oops, I gotta close this out.
I'm sorry. Is it the whole thing? Was it constructing a novel, or is it just Morse code?
That what you heard was Morse code.
Did we need all of that? Did we have to listen to that for 4 fucking minutes?
It played on loop. But here's the thing.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I hope that you figure this one out. Because it's a goodie. That hint was chocked full of details.
Huh.
Details that if you use your little thinker, because last time was so easy for you, maybe if you use this thinker now, you'll be able to come up with a strategy to decipher said Morse code.
Yeah, that was literally a minute and a half of Morse code.
Yeah, it's not that long. You heard it about 2 times.
Okay. So hint number 1 is Morse code.
Yes.
Okay. What's hint number 2?
I'll play it singularly for you at the end if you want.
No, we're good.
Maybe.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to take that minute 30 and I'm going to cut that down to about 10 seconds.
You might not get all the details.
Dude, no one's going to be able to decipher that.
They can decipher it.
How many people are still alive from World War II? Because those are the only motherfuckers that are going to be able to decipher Morse code. 3, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe there's a hint in the hint, though. You know what I'm saying?
In all minute 30?
Yeah, man. It's Morse code.
Okay.
You know how long it takes to send a fucking letter of just hello?
Do you realize that if it's something that has to be deciphered, nobody's going to get it?
Yeah.
Okay. What's hint number 2?
Okay. All right. This is going to be a dead giveaway. She was in a dream and she's watching some kids play. And before you know it, she's holding on to the fence for dear life as her body melts.
Oh, that's easy. I know what that is. I know the movie. Wait a second. Is the name of the movie a cigar name? Because if no one's made one, they need to.
It's kind of fitting for the blend I kind of went over.
Oh, hold on. I think do the hints have a connection to one another?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hell, even the idea of using it in Morse code is a hint.
Yeah.
Because think about Morse code and when it was used.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know.
Did I have to feed you baby birds?
Oh
For
my
those
God.
of you who are listening, probably
No,
now
I know
have figured
exactly
it out.
what it is.
Probably have figured it out by now, but I still want to fuck with you with a legitimate Morse code hint.
Oh, hold on. Oh shit. You know what's fucked up is like I can't sit here and then tell everybody. Can't tell everybody what it is, but I know what it is. 100% I know what it is. I thought you said I wasn't gonna get it.
You still might not get it.
I fucking know what it is, bitch.
You might not still get it. You might get the wrong one.
I know that there's multiple iterations. I know this. I know the manufacturer. I know the series name. I know what it is. I know what factory it's made at.
Why did I give you more hints, you dick?
You didn't give me hints. You gave me 2 hints.
No, I gave you 1 hint, and I was only going to give you 1 hint, which was in Morse code.
I think I know which one it is. I know which one it isn't. But that would be, I'm not going to say, obviously, I so badly want to say something because I know what it is, but I'm not going to say anything. Because obviously that I feel like everyone's be like, oh, that's right.
That's it.
Which is what we don't want. There you go. You guys got 1 shot to guess each day for the next 5 days. We'll announce the winner over the weekend. Second edition of Secret Smoke. Of course, the prize at the end of the Secret Smoke competition is a 5-pack brought to you by myself. And I throw some of my own goodies in there and then my cigar pack. So there you have it. It's a good opportunity for you guys to get your hands on 5 cigars. Now, I forgot to say the one last rule is if no one guesses this before the end of the day on Friday, the next month that we do it, we're doubling up the packs. So then it goes from 5 to 10. And if no one wins for a long time, the pot just gets bigger. So it behooves you to participate because you can at least get 5. If not, the pot grows bigger each time. It would be cool at some point if we're just like up to 100. You know, it's like 100 cigars. How fucking
like
crazy would that be? Like we make it real fucking hard and we just keep beefing that shit up. I feel like this one is fairly challenging.
Yeah, I gave too much away. I'm like that guy that at Christmas
you know where you gave too much away? The last hint.
Yeah, I know.
That's where you gave too much. And you gave too much away because there's an event that happens in the last hint that you gave that pretty much just tells you the association with the cigar. I think that's the hard part. Is there's a one particular thing that happens in that sequence that makes it what it is that just basically gives it away.
Can you redact parts of my message in the second hint? Like,
no, but I feel like everyone's going to be like, it's this. And the first person's going to have it right again. Like, you're like, it's not going to be easy this time, everybody. Ugh.
The first hint, like just the effort to go through first hint would have been. I
like the Morse code. You know, what was weird is that, well, now that I know what it is, the Morse code thing had me thinking of something else. Like it had me thinking of another movie. And I was like, huh.
By the way, people,
I was like, what is that?
That's a real message.
Yeah, I wonder do we know what it says?
I mean, I know what it says.
Does that spoil it if you tell it what it is?
Yeah, because your hint's in there.
Oh, okay.
Even though the second hint is clearly giving it away.
Yeah, let's not do that. There you have it, guys. We're just going to wrap this up. This is the second iteration of Secret Smoke and episode 213 of the Hot Ticket Podcast. If you haven't already, you can check out the YouTube live that we conducted this past Wednesday. That was a lot of fun. We actually got to hang out with the folks from Quesada and a bunch of industry friends all at the same time. It was a really cool event because what we had a chance to do is to decide literally which cigar would be chosen for my cigar pack and an upcoming pack that they're going to be putting together, but also could potentially morph into a national release for Quesada. I will say this, both cigars that we smoked were 2 of the best cigars I've had in a very long time. Whatever they fucking made was absolute magic. I still think A1's the best. That's fine. Everybody disagreed with me. Well, 3 other people agreed with me, but everybody else disagreed with me. But both cigars were absolutely fucking incredible. Literally 2 of the best cigars I've had in a long time, and neither one of them could be losers. Like I literally, whatever the remnants are that no one wants, I want those, and I'm just going to rebrand them. Like they're going to be the Hot Ticket release, some iteration of Hot Ticket, because they were that fucking good.
They were good.
So you can check that out. A lot of good fun, a lot of good banter. And then we really went through a very methodical breakdown of each one of those and selection process. And it was really fun. I can't wait to do another one. I think we're going to continue doing those going forward. So it was a really, really good fun event. You can check that out on YouTube, and this will be out on all podcast platforms as you're listening to it now. Also be available on YouTube. And again, to enter, go and make your selections, your 2 picks in the YouTube comments. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Another week. Chris, thanks for your participation. Thank you for your very easy hints.
Well, the first one's not, but for the 5-year-olds, they needed something a little easier.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, this will conclude episode 213, the second edition of Secret Smoke. We'll be back at you next week with episode 214. See you, everyone.